Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler for you series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. Happy National Taco Day. Hooray! Tacos. Any excuse. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? What happens to be my Limp Bizkit shirt, which I've worn in a few reviews now. If you're somehow unfamiliar with the band Limp Bizkit, you might be, depending on how old you are. But Limp Bizkit, basically in like the late 90s and early 2000s, was one of the biggest bands on the planet. I mean, they were genuinely pretty much at the top of everything at that point. They definitely rode the new metal wave that was going on at that time. Bands like Korn, System of a Down, Cold Chamber. They came in, they got a bit of a boost from Korn, sort of earlier in their career, but they took the ball and ran with it. And they became, like I said, mega successful. Their fortunes a little bit after that, but the cool thing has been in the last, few years, they've really kind of had a nice resurgence, genuinely playing, some of their biggest shows and stuff. Nostalgia is a hell of a thing, and it got me because I went to go see them live. I actually have videos of their performance that I attended. They're on the channel as well, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to kind of point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because they're fucking pretty awesome. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? National Taco Day. I almost missed it. I woke up today after my nap, and I was like, maybe grab something to eat. And I like looking up things, Oh, the Kurder Burger is back at, Culver's, maybe that. But then I was like flipping through my Facebook feed, and one of my friends was like, holy shit, it's National Taco Day. And I was like, it is? Oh my God. So I went over there and I was like, well, I gotta get some tacos. Gotta do it. But where to get them from? And I have lots of awesome places around me, like cool little Mexican spots. And I've reviewed a bunch of them throughout the course of doing my show over the years. But I wanted to do a new one. So I went over there and I got boom tacos, specifically from a place called Taco Grill and Salsa Bar in Westmont, Illinois. I know that at one point I passed by this place and I made a mental note of it, and then when I was looking up locations in the area, that was one of the ones that popped up, and I was like, oh, that's right. It's a little bit of a trek, but sure, So I figured, fuck it, man, I'll go over there and I'll do that. And I went over there and I got their El Pastor, which is marinated pork, taco dinner. Comes with rice and refried beans. So let's get a thing for the thing here real quick. It looks like that, and we'll kind of ha. Normally when I go to a new taco place, I go over there and I like to get barbacoa tacos as my sort of baseline. But these were one of their recommended items. I was like, yeah, okay. I did get it with just cilantro. I didn't want to get it with the onions. The raw onions, not my thing. Here's the only thing, though. They call themselves Taco Grill and Salsa Bar. It was I was kind of expecting that, salsa would be a bigger part of their whole thing. But not so much, but I did get some basic salsas. We got some verde. We got some, let go, fork. Some red. And yeah, that's it. So, okay. Nothing wrong with red and verde. So, let's try one just by itself and we'll see how it goes. Okay. I can see why this is one of their recommended items. Sometimes, when you get some pastor tacos, because it's supposed to be a marinated pork, but I've definitely had some where flat out it was just normal pork. These, though, you can see the marinade, and you can taste it. Yeah. Okay. That's nice. Pork is nice and tender. And the marinade, it's not like overpowering or anything like that, or but it's definitely there, definitely present. And yeah, it's nice. It's nicely seasoned. I like it with the cilantro. I know some people don't like cilantro, but I like it. I think it creates a nice little contrast. Mm. Mm-hmm. These are good tacos. I'm glad I went here. And that's good. Those are some damn good pastor tacos. Seriously. I'm not going to say they're the best I've ever had or anything, but they're well above average. Okay. Alright. But, at the end of the day, they're a taco grill and salsa bar, so let's try out some of their red salsa. Okay. It's a little bit thinner than I was expecting. Flavor on it's not bad. It's got a little heat. Okay. Let's do a thing for one of our tacos here. Get the red salsa on there. Alright. And then we'll put you there, I guess. Alright. Taco with red salsa. Mmm. That's good. That works perfectly with that. That red sauce, it just like helps complement it. Yeah. And it gives it a little extra zing. Like, it's not taking away from the flavor. It's not like, overriding the other stuff. It's just giving a little extra oomph. It's taking what it's already doing with the marinade and kind of bumping it up a notch. I really like their red salsa. I was a little bit worried because initially I was like, okay, it's kind of okay. Let's try their verde now. I do love a verde salsa. Love a verde salsa. Close, please. Thank you. See, if you're nice to your salsas, they will reciprocate in kind. Got the verde. Verde's always got that really interesting, very lively flavor to it. Okay. Not a bad verde. Let's get a little thing here. And yeah, this is going to be one that runs a little bit long. But whatever, damn it. You're getting multiple reviews and salsas and rice and all kinds of good stuff. Plus, it's taco day. Without a doubt, one of the holiest of days in all the land. Let's give it a go. Okay. Not a bad verde. Not much zing to it. A little bit, but not a lot of heat. Flavor's decent, but I don't think it works as well with the pastor tacos as the red did. Because like I said, I think with the red, it really just complemented everything that the marinade was already doing. With these, I wouldn't say it's conflicting, but it's definitely not meshing as well. It's still tasty enough, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think I prefer their red over their verde. But now where did the fork go? Fork! Try some rice and some beans, because I'm doing the whole dinner, right? Rice. Rice is decent. It's nothing to write home about. It's got an okay flavor to it. Not really anything extra though. I always like it when a place, because like, yeah, it's just a side, it's a little bit of a throwaway. But I do always personally prefer it when somebody's parking kind of in front of my house. Okay. Um, they're doing like construction on a house, like a couple houses over. So, but I always like it when like a taco, like a Mexican place, or any place that serves like a rice dish, when they put a little something extra into it, just to give it a little personality. This doesn't really have any personality, but there's nothing to dislike about it. It's well cooked rice for what it is. And let's get some refried beans in here, which I imagine will be basically the same. Ooh, maybe not. Those actually have an interesting flavor to them. Flavor I can genuinely say I don't think I've had from refried beans. Like it's similar, like it's still taste like refried beans, but there's like kind of an extra tone to it in the flavor. And they don't feel quite as heavy as I've had from some. Yeah, those are some pretty good refried beans. Like I said, I like they have a little bit of personality to them, but they still have that nice, earthy beaniness to them. Yeah, okay. I mean, overall, two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I have to go with yes and yes. I think all around, probably the most unimpressive item would be the rice, but even that was decent enough. But the tacos, which are of course the star of the show because it's fucking National Taco Day, those were fantastic. Like I said, I'm not gonna say that they're the greatest pastor tacos in the history of pastor tacos, but in terms of doing exactly what I want pastor tacos to do, which is to be nice tender pork with a nice marinated flavor, I think they did a great job, and I can see why this is one of their featured items. So I'm personally down with it. And as far as the salsa aspect of their things go, I'd be lying if I said that I felt either of their salsas were like hugely impressive, but they got the job done. I would like to see, and there's just me personal critique, again, if you're calling yourself like a salsa bar, I personally would like to see, maybe come up with like some signature sauces or something, put your own spin on it. But I'm just, but overall, yeah, I would get this again. Like, off the top of my head, of the immediate places that I occasionally go to for, tacos and stuff, I would genuinely put these pastor tacos up there with pretty much any place that I've hit recently. So, if I'm recommending it, I would absolutely. I think I'm not going to regard them as being an outright destination spot, but I do think that if you're local to the area, or if you happen to be passing through, they're not a bad option for you. And they actually have a really interesting variety, especially for a Mexican restaurant, as far as some of their menu items, because like they also have pizza and they have like Italian beefs and stuff. In fact, I'm going to be reviewing a cheesy beef after this. So, but yeah, I do think that they're a nice spot, and all I can speak to is the pastor tacos, but those are really good. So, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, Spanish rest of your year, folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly El Pastor Taco Day-tastic rest of our lives. Rest of your lives. I'll include myself in there. Final 2 things, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what is your personal favorite flavor of taco? Like I said, I'm kind of a barbacoa guy, but, I'm down for almost anything. I've had lengua and, some of the more interesting meats. But like I said, barbacoa is always my go-to. But what about you? Are you pastor or, what's your jam? I'd be interested to hear about it. Anyway.